Williamsburg has really two stories. It's the story of the old neighborhood and the story of the new neighborhood. The old neighborhood is a story of the Williamsburg houses, and the Williamsburg houses are one of the oldest housing projects in New York City. So you have multiple generations of families who've been marginalized and living in the Williamsburg houses now for decades. You're going to learn a lot of things if you spend time in the Williamsburg houses and getting to know people there. But one of the real pain points that you'll learn, especially with the older generation of residents in the Williamsburg houses, is a deep sense of anxiety and fearfulness around the future of the youth. And the older generation in the Williamsburg houses, they're going to be very concerned about the youth getting involved in street life, gang violence, drugs, all sorts of other things. The story of the new neighborhood is a story of people who are moving to New York for a variety of reasons from other parts of the country and other parts of the world. The people who move to Williamsburg, the best way that I know to describe at least part of their lives and part of what they believe is they have like Instagrammable lives. The trips that they take, the clothes that they wear, the restaurants that they visit, what their apartment looks like, everything about their lives, they look at through the lens of what would this look like on Instagram. So here's an example of the old Williamsburg bumping up against the new Williamsburg. On this side of the street, you have the Williamsburg houses. And right across the street, you have a brand new condo worth millions of dollars. So the gospel speaks to both the longtime resident in Williamsburg who has lived under generational poverty because the gospel says, hey, you know what? I'm not just going to talk to you. I'm going to enter into your lived reality. I'm going to share life with you. I'm going to invest in the things that you care about. I'm going to invest my time and my energy in the youth and in their future. But then I'm also going to say, hey, listen, you have a secure future in Jesus. You have an inheritance that is forever, that is incorruptible, that cannot be taken away. But then also the gospel speaks to the people who live right next door in the multi-million-dollar condo. And it says, you know what? You are not what you project to the world about your image, your beauty, your experiences, your style. The gospel actually says you're much more than that. The gospel says that you are beautiful because, yeah, you're more broken and messed up than you ever dared think about, but you're also more beautiful than you ever dreamed that you could be. So the people who live in the Williamsburg houses are being freed from the pressure to build a better life. They're being freed from anxiety about the future because they're learning that their true deep security is actually in Jesus, that their future is actually perfectly, totally accomplished in Jesus. Like in Jesus, they have an inheritance that is incorruptible. And the people who are moving into Williamsburg, the transplants and the gentrifiers are also being set free, but they're being set free from the image that they are trying to project to the world because Jesus sees past all of that and he loves you actually for what is happening when the cameras are off. I'm Robert Elkin, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York.